Let's get started. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay.
Difficulties, maybe. I'm still having difficulty picking that half tone, getting a half tone, but I think it's only a practice thing, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You've just got to keep doing it.
Yeah.
There's no magic bullet for that one, I'm afraid. Not that I know of, anyway.
My list says Jaws is a half tone. The movie
Yes,
Jaws.
correct.
Yeah.
Da, 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 that one. Okay. So just on a point that you may be interested in, I found this software which you see in front of you now. It's called MuseScore, and it's quite good. In fact, it's every bit as good as Finale that I have been using, and it's free.
All
So
right.
if anyone's interested in having music software, this is kind of like, you know, Audacity, which is a free audio editor that probably a lot of us have. And Shotcut's a free video editor. Well, this is the music notation editor in the same family. I don't think it's anything to do with the others, but yeah, it's quite good and costs
So
nothing.
there's commonalities of keystrokes and things like that, is there?
I haven't used it a lot yet, so I'm not sure how much is similar, but it does a good job of, I've imported some stuff out of Finale into this and it worked really well. So yeah, anyway, it's just there. If you want it, you can download it for nothing. So, all right, so let's do some, let's start with some rhythms.
Peter, is it possible to magnify that a little bit? When it comes
Sure.
on YouTube, it's sometimes hard to see.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's called MUSE-SCORE, is it?
That's correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Much better.
Okay.
I'll do the first one. Oh, you've added to it.
I'll do the second one.
I don't know the keyboard shortcuts for this one yet. Okay, who said I'll do the first one?
Good work.
I did.
Nigel,
Have a think about this.
take it away.
Yeah, just having a think. Ba 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 ba.
Good.
Yeah.
All correct. First try. Ignore the notes here. I'm just being lazy and not putting them all on the same line.
That's just the rhythm we're interested in.
For now, yeah, we just want to get our rhythm rock solid. Okay, who wants to have a go at that one? Rob Pride is next on my list. Go for it, Rob.
You. Yeah, okay. La 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 la.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, you kind of sped up the meter at the end. It was, everything was correct, but you just got a little faster. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, Paul Meller.
Da 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 da.
That was good until you did one extra note at the end.
All right.
But everything else was perfect. Okay, good.
I'm sorry. You haven't started that one yet. Huh?
Yeah, you're beating me to it.
Turn that off.
Oops. That's not quite what I intended. There we go. Okay, Verity. Don't let lights like this phase you. They're not hard at all. We just think they are. Go for it.
Da 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 da.
Okay, close. You missed something there. Try once again.
Da 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 da. Oh, I got lost.
Okay, so you're not. Make sure that you're tapping a rhythm or something on your desk or with your foot, because you're kind of losing the meter, and then that's what's throwing you out. Try that again.
Da 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 da.
Okay, yeah. So your problem is that you're doing the two crotchets at the end of the first bar as quavers. That's what's throwing you out. So it's da 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 da. So try that again.
Da 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 da.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so that's good. Let's look at. Let me just do this. Okay, so hang on, let me get rid of, I'm not sure how to erase with this thing. I haven't worked that out yet. All right, so look at the first bar and then look at this half a bar that I've just put in here. What's the difference between the two of them?
They're the same, except that the each of the notes is half the duration in the third bars of the first.
Correct, yeah. And so often we see these little notes with the double lines, you know, semiquavers and even hemi-demi semiquavers, and we get scared of them. But really, it's just a matter of doubling the tempo or whatever. And so you can do these, because we're sight reading, we're talking about sight reading, you can sight read any speed you want. You don't have to sight read at the speed that the song is meant to go at. And so if you see these fast notes, then it just means you set your meter a lot slower than what you otherwise would. So if you saw the first bar, you might set your meter at 1, 2, 3, 4, and so it'll be da, 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 da. But if you're seeing the beginning of the third bar, you would probably set your meter much slower. So it'll be 1 and 2 and what it comes out at is exactly the same. Da, 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 da. Does that make sense? Yeah, so don't be scared by lots of lines. It just means you're going to take it slower. And so we could even write that twice as fast again.
But the music itself is faster.
Well, it depends on the tempo that the music's written.
Oh, right.
Without any change in tempo between bar 1 and bar 3 is double the speed.
It's twice as fast, yes.
But the relative lengths of the notes are identical.
Exactly. And then this little pattern that I've written just here at the end is identical again, just halved again. Yeah, does that make sense? Can you see how that's half of that? And
it does, but it's very ugly.
It looks ugly, yeah. The reality is we're probably never going to see anything like this in barbershop music, but we will see things like this. So the second pattern there at the beginning of bar 3, you'll see that kind of thing quite commonly. And so it just depends on how the composer or the arranger has decided to set the music. Sometimes you'll see a song set like this and the tempo is quite slow, but it's written like this. And so you first look at it is, it's very fast, but then you realize it's just the way it's been written. So don't be scared of semiquavers is basically what I'm trying to say. Just look at them as a duration and set your tempo accordingly. Okay, let's do some more. We'll do one more each and then we'll add some melody to it. Okay, this is Nigel's. Take it away. He's doing a cheat run through first while he's on mute. We know what you're doing, Nigel. You can't hide.
Practice makes perfect, though.
Yeah, true. Earth to Nigel. Come in, Nigel.
Sorry, there I was saying, no, I'm not on mute, but I actually was.
You actually were, yes. Okay.
Right, sorry, start again. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
That's nearly right. So what were you beating there? We could hear you beating, but what was the duration that you were beating?
A crotchet.
Okay. So you were actually mostly beating quavers. So it's da, da, da. Yeah, go ahead.
Da, 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 da. Oh, I missed it. I put a rest in there.
Yep. Okay. So you're beating crotchets this time.
Yeah, I was trying to beat crotchets last time. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Anyway.
Yeah, so you're probably better off beating quavers for this one. So you're kind of swapping between crotchets and quavers. So the quaver semi-quaver pattern, you halve the time of that. So you kind of beat that as if it was a crotchet and 2 quavers.
Yeah.
So that's what was confusing you. So if you try it again, I won't do it for you. Try it again, beat in quavers. So your first note's going to be 4 beats.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Oops. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, that's pretty close. You missed 1 note that time. Your second quaver in the second bar was your second crotchet was a quaver instead of a crotchet.
Yeah,
other than that, that was correct.
The rest is a bit tricky. I forgot to go on beating while I was having a rest.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, rests are a bit hard. That's why I put one in.
Da, 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 da.
Okay, that was correct, except that you sang a note on the rest.
Oh,
okay, that's all right. I'll let you off. I'll let you off on that. That's good. All right, let's do another one.
Obviously, no.
Two things at once, Peter. But tapping my finger and singing, and then stopping to not singing, and then starting singing again. That's definitely 2 things at once.
Yes, and most of us here are male, so that's going to be a big problem.
Yep. It's definitely an incentive to get onto Zoom early because you get the easier ones.
Is that right?
Yeah, because if you're first in the list, they get progressively harder as you go down the page.
Well, now you've told me that. I'll have to change it.
No, I think it's good to reward the early.
It's not quite what I intended. Hang on. How do I get a rest out of this thing? Like that. Okay. Okay, this is Rob.
Great.
I
Yeah.
can see you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, I've been waiting.
Okay, so before you even start, so what are you going to beat this in?
I was put four beats on, and I don't know whether what's the first note called? Crotchet or
Crotchet?
Crotchet. So I was going to do 4 beats on the crotchet.
Yeah, you can. You can beat it however suits you, but I would suggest that you would put 2 beats on the crotchet.
Hmm.
So that way your semiquavers, there's 2 per beat. But you do it whichever way works best for you.
Yeah. It wasn't going to be very musical. It was going to be slow and laborious, but I thought I could cope.
Make it slow and laborious. Yep, go for it.
La 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 la.
Okay, that was mostly right. The 2 quavers near the end were semiquavers.
Right, yeah.
Yep. One more time.
La 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 la. Oh, so la 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 la.
Okay, I'm not sure what you did at the end there, but it was
Yeah.
correct. It was correct up to where you stopped. Okay. Let's do another one.
4 beats rather than the 1.
You back with me, Pete?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I thought you disappeared. Yeah, that last note, I'm singing 4 beats on it, though, am I not?
Correct.
Yeah, and I forget now whether I did. Oh, yeah, I only sang 1, and then I said oops, and then sang the 4 like I was trying to before I had an oops.
Yep. Okay. Okay, Paul.
I've only just got Robbie's one right.
At least one of us got it right then, Paul.
Alrighty. It's 25, isn't it? 25?
25, yes.
La 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 la.
Okay, kind of right, except that you sped up and slowed down at different times.
Right.
Okay, so you're beating in quavers when you started, and then you sang the quavers as 2 per beat. So they became semiquavers effectively.
Right.
So they're a lot slower than what you thought. So try that again.
Yeah, I thought they were. Yeah, sorry, I've done the same thing.
Yeah, that's okay. Go for it.
La 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 la.
Yeah, that's it. Good.
Nice and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow's fine. Yeah, so you sight reading, so you don't want to rush off at 100 miles an hour. I'm just trying to find the triplet tool here. It's got to be somewhere around. I know Verity's looking forward to triplets. I could just hear it in her voice.
You can tell, can't you?
You can, yeah.
Peter, how about you type the word triplet into search?
Oh, look at that. Oh, boy. You see all the best things. It only comes up with trill.
It's the only trip we're going to have for a while, Verity.
Yeah, sorry, Verity. I'm going to have to leave the triplets out because I don't know how to put them in.
Oh,
I know that's going to disappoint you.
What's the thing that's got the funny N to the left there? In the,
Funny N. This?
just next to the drop down next to that.
Step.
I'm not really sure, to be honest. That's where it was. I'll have to look into that one. I'll give you some hemi-demi semiquavers instead, Verity.
Peter, on the right-hand side, there's a word under the word feedback. There's basic. I think if you want triplets, you may have to change your palette.
You made it advanced. Hang on. Now it says not responding. Oh, here we go. Hang on, I clicked too many things. There's still no triplets there. No, they're not there. Oh, I see, that's dots. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll play with that some other time. We don't need to worry about it now. Okay, let's just give you some dots. That'll make me happy.
I hate dots.
Are you really making my day now?
Okay, Paul?
They go all the way up to 4 dots, Peter. That's like compound interest.
Yeah, we probably won't go that far. Hang on, what have I done here? Let's do it the other way.
It's a bit like trying to find a spanner in the imperial system, you know,
Yes.
1764.
Something like that. Okay, there we go. That'll make me happy.
Da 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 da.
You're kind of right there, but I get the feeling you're not really feeling a beat. So make sure you get a beat going. Clap your hands or tap on your desk or something.
So, I mean, the beat's going to come in.
Okay, so what are we going to beat in for this? What would you?
Well, I guess it's going to be hard in 4, so I guess 8 is the.
Correct. Yeah, that's how I would beat
the
this
first
one.
note is going to be 3 beats, and the second note is going to be 1 beat.
Correct.
And the last note is going to be 4 beats.
Yes.
So it's going to be da da da, and then the next one. Okay, the last note is going to be 4 beats. So the first 2 notes are going to be 1 beat, and the second 2 notes are going to be 1 beat. Is that right? Have I added okay?
So you're beating in what?
8.
You're beating 8 in a bar, which is quavers.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first note in the bar, in the second bar, the first note is what?
It's going to be 1.5 quavers.
Correct. Yeah. So you're going to go 1, 2, and 1, 2, and.
Right.
Yeah. So your first bar was good. You got that right.
Yeah.
So go again from the beginning, and this time keep going.
Da 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 and da and da.
Yeah, good. Okay. Now, how do we get rid of all of this? Probably just a new file is the easy way. We've got to choose an instrument. Flute will do. Okay. So now we're going to add some. What's going on there? We're going to add. Why is it putting rest in there? Ah, because that's not clicked on. Okay, so we're going to add some pictures. Okay, Nigel.
Blimey.
La. There's your first note.
This is definitely two things at once.
Yes. Welcome to sight reading.
First note again was
La.
la 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 la.
Okay, yeah, not quite, but you're getting there. Let's try that again. So let's just do the first bar and then stop. La.
Well, let's do this two things at a time into one thing at a time. La 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 la.
Okay, so all your notes were correct that time.
Okay, good. Now,
So now
go
let's
add the
get the
rhythm.
rhythm with it.
La 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 la.
Not quite. So sorry, I should correct that. One of the notes is not correct, but to make life easier, let's do, whoops. Okay, so key signatures go in. Huh. Okay, let's, okay, now I've got to fix that. Hang on.
Oh, sorry, my connection's going. Yes, it's going. Sorry, it's about to go. Oh, bye.
My battery's flat too. Yeah.
Yeah, I just said mine's gone.
I don't fall for that one, sorry. Hang on, I gotta fix this.
You
There
two
we go.
ledger lights.
At least you won't be doing two things at once, Nigel.
No,
Okay.
I would do three.
Okay, just ignore the sharp next to that note because it's in the key signature. But anyway, go ahead and sing the first bar again.
What was my start note? About la
La,
la.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's try and get the pitch for the moment. La 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 la.
That's correct. Now add the rhythm.
Let's do the pitch one more time. La 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 la. Is that still right?
Yes.
Okay. La 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 la.
Yes. Good. Now let's get the second bar added into that.
Oh man.
I know. What a slave driver.
Too
La
much.
la 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 la.
Yeah, you kind of got to the note at the end. La la is correct. Okay, do it once more.
La 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 la.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Well done.
Okay.
Who would have thought it?
Hmm.
Take as much time as you like, guys, because it's only 20 minutes to go. So if you take 7 minutes each, it'll be just right.
Okay, and we need an accidental here. Doesn't like you adding accidentals. I've got to work out how to do that. Okay, there we go. Rob. Sorry, what's that? La.
La 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 la.
Okay, first bar was good. Second bar, you started taking big jumps.
Yeah.
So every step there is either a tone or a semitone only.
Right. Okay.
Okay, try that again. Your rhythm was correct all the way through.
La 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 la.
Yes, all correct except for the sharp note. So sharp makes a note what? Higher or lower?
Higher.
Higher. Yeah. So that note needed to be a little higher. It was
So
a
just
G natural that you sang.
and a semitone there then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got
Yep.
it. Good.
Okay. Once more.
La 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 la.
The last note on the first bar was incorrect. So that put you right out. Try that again.
La. Can you give me the
La.
la 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 la? Sorry. La 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 la. No.
That was correct until the very last note that you sang. Do it again.
Okay, so I'm looking at it after the semitone. Is it another semitone there?
It's a tone. So you're going from G sharp to F sharp, and then another tone, F sharp to E.
La 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 la.
So last note on the first bar again. So you're singing those two notes as the same note when they're not. They're two different notes. That's it. Correct. Good. Okay, Paul. Let's do it up here. Oops. Oh. How do I scroll? Not like that. That's very interesting. There's no scroll bar. Maybe this is why this software is free.
There is a scroll bar. It's in the well, it's in the bottom right, but that may be the scroll of the pane.
Yeah, it's for that pane only. Let's go. Oh, here we go. Is that clear enough, or does it need to be bigger?
That's better.
It's okay. Oh, that's a bit too
Yeah.
much. There we go. All right, that's probably as good as we're going to get it. So starting here, Paul.
No.
That's the note.
Da, 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 da.
All correct except for the interval here. So this one is a third. So there's a note missing in between those two. Everything else was good. Rhythm was correct all the way. Try that again. So sing me the last three notes. Da, that's the first one of the last three.
Da, da, da.
Okay, so you're singing that as if it's a scale passage, but it's da, 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 that's what you're singing. Da, it's a third down. What's it going to be? Da.
Sorry. Da, 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 da.
So no, you're still singing scale. Da, da, da. So sing it down as a scale and then work out what the second note's going to be.
Da, 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 da. Da, da. Da, da, da.
That's your scale passage again. You nearly had it there before. Try again.
Da, da, da.
That's the scale passage again. Da, da, da is where we need to be.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, try the whole thing once more.
Da, da. Too many. Da, 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 da.
Went too far that time. Went one note too far. One more time.
Da, 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 da.
Still too far. So it should be da 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
That time you did the scale passage again at the end. You're not fond of the third. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, Verity, this one's yours.
Well, what's my starting note?
Da.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
That's correct. All your notes are right there. Okay, so do it again, just the notes.
Da, 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 da.
Good. Now let's put the rhythm in.
Da 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 da. Now I've lost the notes now.
That's all right. Go
Da
again.
da 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 da.
So the very
That's
first
wrong.
set of quavers, you sang 2 notes the same. That's what put you out. Try it again.
Da 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 da.
No, same thing again. So you sang the first 2 quavers as if they're the same note. So you got to drop one.
Da 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 da.
Yes. Yes. Okay, that's it. All right. How are we going? Oh, we've just got time for Nigel to do another
No, no,
one.
no.
Isn't
Verity
that
has to do
good?
it. Verity has to do it again because you always say one more time to make sure that it's not luck.
Ah, look, I wouldn't do that to Verity. I only do that to you. Okay, let's make this really hard.
Oh, sorry, out of time.
Oops. Now, you notice I'm putting in an accidental here every time. That's because I couldn't be bothered changing the key signature. Because we're actually doing it in the key of A major. Everything we're doing here is in A major. And I put it in D major for some reason, known only to myself. So really, if I did the key signature right, that accidental wouldn't be there. So just, yeah, just ignore that. That's not your phone, I hope, Nigel.
Yep, sorry.
Who did you get to ring you? Was it your wife? Okay, Nigel, take it away. This is not hard.
Turned it off, blimey. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Right, starting.
Da.
Da 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 da. Oh, sorry, that was no. I'll try again.
Try again.
Da 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 da.
You missed one of the intervals, and other than that, all the notes were correct. So try that again.
Da 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 da.
Correct. All the notes were right that time. So now let's put the rhythm in.
Oh, that was the rhythm.
Kind of, but you paused in a couple of places. So we need you to get.
Only to think.
Yes, I know it's a terrible habit. Got to get out of that.
Slows me down too.
Yeah. So you're welcome to slow down.
Da 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 da.
So you made the same mistake towards the end again, where you sang 2 notes the same, and none of the notes are the same as each other. But you're kind of pausing on some of the quavers. So just make the whole thing slower. Slow it all down so that you've got that little bit extra time to think.
Da 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 da. Oops,
that one there.
Yes. Da 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 da.
Yeah, that's all good except one thing. There was a pause. I'm not even going to tell you where it is. So slow it down so that you can get it at the right tempo with itself. That made a whole lot of no sense at all. But you just do it.
Da 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 da.
So when you're doing all the quavers were correct, rhythm and everything, and then you do the first note in the second bar as the
Yes,
same
and
as
it
the
was
last
the same
note.
Yes, I know.
Yes, yeah. Okay, try again.
Da 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 da.
Same thing again. Take it slower.
Da 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 da.
Okay, that's good. You better do it again a couple of times to make sure that wasn't a fluke.
To make sure I'm not Verity.
Okay, no, that was all correct.
624.
That was all correct.
Da 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 da.
That was very good, but your quavers are not really even. They're kind of all slightly different lengths. So I think what you're not doing is you're not feeling a rhythm. Remember when we were doing the rhythms, everybody was pulsing?
Yes,
like,
yes.
And
Now you
we're
want
not
3
doing it
things
now.
at once.
Absolutely, yes. You need about 5 things at once to sight read. Because the next thing we have to add is the words as well, you see. So you have to be able to read the words, the notes, the rhythms, the pitches, everything all at once. And then we put in little things like louds and softs, and it's all happening. That's all right, not this week, maybe next week.
I'm
Okay.
unavailable next week.
Okay, Rob. Oops. Okay, sorry, this has gone over a line. I should have started. Is that okay for you to see, or is it too small?
Oh, it's probably too small.
Okay, let's go.
I can make it bigger here, maybe. Oh no, that functions.
Okay, try it like that. That's
So we're
so starting here. La,
okay.
la, sorry, la.
La. La 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 la. Good try, Fran.
Yeah, let's try it without rhythm. Don't worry about the rhythm. Just get the notes to start with.
What was it? La la. That was it.
Hang on. La la.
La 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 la.
Okay, so that was just the rhythm. Wasn't quite right. So your quavers were too fast.
Yeah.
So make sure you're beating somewhere. Can be in your head, but you've got to have a beat, a rhythm going the whole time. Try that again, just the rhythm.
La 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 la. So yeah, no.
Okay, so let's look at, see these 2 notes here, the F sharp and the D, and then these 4. What's the difference between those as far as rhythm is concerned?
I guess the 4 is twice as fast as the 2.
Yeah, that's where you're wrong. That's what you're doing wrong. So these are actually the same. So they're all quavers. Because they have one beam across the top,
Yeah.
they're all exactly the same rhythm. So it's just they've been grouped in different places. So one's in a group of 2, these are in a group of 4, does
Right.
not change the rhythm. So they're exactly the same.
Right. So,
Okay.
so those 6 notes across all have the same length.
Correct. And the first note as well,
Yeah.
because it has a single beam. Yeah, so 7 out of all of those notes in the first bar are identical.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Okay, try that again.
La 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 la.
Okay, first bar was correct. The second bar you did at double speed.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first note in the second bar is a crotchet. And so it needed 2 beats because you're beating in half beats in quavers. Yeah, so try that again.
La 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 la.
So same thing again. So you you did the first bar correctly and you did the second bar correctly, except that the second bar was twice speed. So you gave each, the first 2 notes in the second bar, you gave 1 beat.
Right.
And you also gave 1 beat to all of those quavers in the first bar.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably do it a little faster and it'll be easier.
Right.
Try once more.
La 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 la.
So still the same thing. So you're giving the crotchets in the beginning of the second bar are still only getting 1 beat each. So you went la 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 la. So can you hear how they're all the same? Does that?
Yes.
So that I just did what you did, but what it needs to be is la 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 la.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, you have a go at that now. If you do it faster, it's easier to get that rhythm correct.
La 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 la.
Yes, there we go. That's the correct rhythm. All right, so now let's put the notes with it.
La 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 la.
Okay, it was all correct except you made 1 error. You jumped too far, and so that put everything out. So try that again. Let's just do the first bar. Don't worry about the second bar for now.
Is that a fourth? Is it the loop there?
Yeah, so we got 1 loop of a third and then a loop of a fourth.
La 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 la.
Okay, so that loop of a third is too big. La, try again.
La 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 la.
Okay, so you missed the third this time. So this time the third was the second. Last time it was the fourth. So now we need to hit in the middle of those 2.
Good. Yeah, see you next week, Pete.
Okay. Okay, so let's just get the first 5 notes.
Right.
Because if you get those, then I think you'll be right. Go again.
La 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 la.
La 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 la.
La la la
Yeah.
la 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 la.
La. So there's your first note. La.
First in the whole thing, yeah. La,
Yep.
la, 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 la.
Good. Now keep going.
La, 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 la.
You missed a note there somewhere. The two leaps were good. The third and the fourth were both correct. And then something happened at the end. Go again.
La, 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 la.
Okay, that was almost correct. The very first bar was all correct, everything there. And then for the last bar, you did semitone steps. So you've got the first one is a tone.
And the second one is not?
Second, so the very last interval is a semitone. The others are tones. Okay.
La, la, is that right? La,
La, la. That's not the right note, but
la.
it's what you've been using. So let's stick with it.
La, 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 la.
La. So there's a tone there.
La, 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 la.
Try again.
La, 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 la. Too far?
No, that's correct.
La, 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 la.
No. So la 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 la. All that is right. Then the next note you're doing a semitone, and it's a tone. That's what's putting you out. If you get
So
that, so
when I
that's
change the lines, it's only a semi.
it's
when I
a
change states.
tone. When you
Oh.
change lines, it's a tone. You're doing a semitone. That's the problem.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
La.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I lost you.
Oh.
Everyone sort of went still on screen. I thought maybe I'd conked out.
Right.
Oh yeah, it says my connection is unstable. All right, let's try that again. La.
La 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 la.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh,
Tuning wasn't fantastic at the end, but they were the right notes. One more time for luck.
La 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 la.
Much better. Yeah, that's it. All right, very good. So, Paul and Verity, you get a get out of jail free card.
Sorry it took so long.
No, you don't get a jazz field card. You get a next week first card.
Ah, is that what it is? Okay, and I'll work out where the triplet tool is by then, and so we can really get things revved up. Okay, any questions?
It's very interesting to me, Peter. This I'm learning something completely new, although I've been able to sort of follow if the dots go up and down, you know what that is indicating.
Yep.
So hard to get it to work freely in the brain. Where when you demonstrate, you think, oh yeah, I can do what you just did, but because it's a different thing we're learning, isn't it? And it just seems to be quite foreign.
It is. It's like when you learnt to read, like writing,
Yes.
normal books.
Yeah.
You just had to do it over and over in your classroom or wherever you were when you learnt to read. And, but for me, reading music is just as easy as reading a book.
Yeah.
And so it's not because I'm clever or anything. It's just because I've done it a lot. And so everyone here is capable of being able to read music at least as well as what I can. But it's just a matter of practice.
Yeah, good.
So that's pull out some music that you've got in your chorus repertoire and sing the part from one of the other parts.
Yes.
especially the lead part is probably the easy one to do, except if you're a lead. Do another part if you're a lead. If second choice is probably the bass part.
Yeah.
And so you kind of know it. So it's not pure sight reading. You kind of know how it should go. You've got a pretty good idea, and you can practice doing it that way.
Yeah, that's
But the only way that you're going to get this is by practicing it. And yeah, that's the only way it comes. The more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah, I haven't had time or motivation to do it this week, but last week I just surfed the net and found something where they would put up examples and you could try them yourself, and then they would play it to you, and you could just keep doing it. And that was quite good. I felt it sort of starting to come by doing that repetition. So,
Yep.
Could you share that web address? That sounds like a very good tool.
Yeah, sure. I will. I'll try and find it, Nigel, and I'll.
If you email it to me, Rob,
Yeah.
I'll send it out to everyone in the class. That sounds useful.
Yeah.
But the I struggled with sight reading for many years when I started learning, and the only time when I really gelled for me is when I started playing in an orchestra, and you just had to do it.
Yeah.
And so that's because they just plonk a sheet of music in front of you and say, "Here, play that," and they expect you're going to play it.
Yes.
And so that's kind of you just got to do it over and over and over to the point where it just becomes natural and normal.
Yeah.
So
yeah, good. Thanks
Okay.
for your effort, Peter. Thank you.
Well done. Thanks, everyone. See you next week.
You bet.
Bye-bye.